Hi, I'm Joyce from World English Cafe, and you know the question I get asked the most by my students? Teacher, how can I improve my English? So I'm going to share with you 8 steps you can take to improve your English. Number 1, have realistic expectations. Many of my students say to me, I want to be a perfect English speaker. I want to talk like a native speaker. I suggest setting more specific and realistic expectations for yourself. What do you want to use English for? Travel, business, education overseas? Imagine yourself in the future using English. Are you speaking it on the phone in your workplace? Are you writing articles in English? Instead of saying, I want to speak English perfectly, try saying, I want to be able to fill in the blank in English. More clear, attainable expectations will help you reach your English language learning goals more easily. Number 2, assess yourself and set goals. It's helpful when setting goals to first assess your current level of English. It's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you are. A helpful guide to assess your English level is the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, CEFR. CEFR is an international standard for describing language ability. It describes your language on a 6-level scale. What level are you? I have listed several free English assessment tests below. You could take several of the free tests below to get a rough idea of your English level. Also take some time to consider which skill area you want to focus on and why. Listening, speaking, reading, or writing. Once you have a general idea of your level, decide what level you'd like to reach and make a timeline for reaching that goal. For example, you've realized you're at an A2 level and you would like to be at a B1 level in the next 6 months. And then 6 months after that, you'd like to reach B2. You're going to be writing reports in English for your job in the future, so you especially want to focus on your writing skills. So now it's time for number 3, gather resources. We've talked about knowing your level and making goals, but sometimes it's hard to know where to begin. There are so many resources out there. It actually takes some time to find the right materials for your schedule and your language needs. I recommend taking a couple weeks to research the best resources for your needs before you start studying. The resources you choose will be related to your goals. Take time to Google textbooks, websites, apps to decide which will work best for you. I have also made a list of resources and listed them in the comments. For example, you want to work on all 4 skills by yourself because of your busy work schedule. Maybe a self-study textbook with digital audio would be a good option for you. You could also study on your own and then meet with an online tutor on italki or another tutoring site. Maybe you want to focus on your vocabulary and listening skills. You could make a list of movies and YouTubers that you want to watch. Take time to gather all your learning resources into one place so everything is ready for your scheduled study time. I like to put links to all my favorite digital language resources on one Google Doc so that I can see all my resources in one place. Number 4, make a plan. You're more likely to stick with improving your English if you make a specific plan. As we talked about in the previous section, take some time to gather resources and make goals. After you have done that, set a start date and an end date for your English studies. It's easier to focus when you have a clear start and end date in mind. Then when you reach your end date, evaluate how your English learning process is going and start the process again. It's also good to choose a specific time and day during the week that you plan to study English. You can treat it like an important appointment that you arrange your schedule around. The best language learners I know are the ones who make a commitment to learn English in their spare time. It becomes like a beloved hobby or a side job for them. They are consistent and incorporate English into their daily life routines. Number 5. Simple pronunciation practice. Everyone knows pronunciation is important, but we often don't know how to work on it. One simple and powerful method is what I call listen and repeat. Take 5 to 10 minutes every day to listen and repeat after an English speaker. This can be done while you're watching a movie in English or listening to a podcast. It's simple and it really does help if a person does this often while studying English. Number 6. Build your confidence. Many of my students ask me how they can be more confident when they speak English. It's natural to be afraid of making mistakes when we speak a second language. The first step to being more confident in English is just to accept you're going to make mistakes and keep pushing yourself to use English in uncomfortable situations. For example, when someone first starts working out, their muscles are weak, but over time their muscles get stronger and the same exercise doesn't make them uncomfortable anymore. It can be the same with building your confidence in English. You have to build up your English-speaking confidence muscle. With time, you get used to the pressure and stress of speaking a foreign language, and as you push into that uncomfortability, you build up your English-speaking confidence muscle. Number 7, have conversations with yourself. One of the best ways to improve your speaking skills is to make a list of topics you want to be able to talk about and practice talking about them by yourself. Write down a list of questions based on those topics. Then, using your phone or camera, record a video of yourself asking those questions and answering them. Watch yourself answering the questions and take notes on the vocabulary words and structures you struggle with. Use Google Translate or an English speaker to correct your issues. Then record yourself repeating this process several times until you are answering the questions more comfortably and clearly. This method helps the words and sentences to come more quickly and naturally when you have the opportunity to speak English in person. Number 8, join online communities of shared interest. Finally, many students tell me they need to practice their English more, but they don't have the opportunity. In order to find more English-speaking opportunities, I suggest first writing down 5 things you enjoy talking about. For example, gardening, video games, travel, cooking, football. Then look for forums and discussion groups that meet around this topic in English. You can find many groups online in places like Facebook groups, Telegram, Discord, and many other online forums. These groups can be a great place to speak in English about topics you care about. They can also give you the opportunity to make friends in an English-speaking context. But please make sure the group is a positive and well-monitored space. Many of these groups are great, but some of them can be negative spaces. So use caution too while exploring online communities in English. Those are 8 steps for improving your English. I hope they were helpful. Happy learning!